one of the worst things that could have happened to us is one of the best things that could have happened to us. We desegregated. That was good for us. But when we desegregated, we also began to see gentrification. And right now, in most of our large cities, people who had moved to the suburbs realize that it is economically more feasible for them to live in the inner city. And so they're coming back and they're pushing black people and Latinos out of the inner cities, and they're taking over the inner cities. So while we were desegregating, we also opened the door for gentrification. And I think that in that sense, it was good for us to desegregate, but it also had some real downsides to it. I have seen more and more neighborhoods which have been left by white people and are now being occupied by business people and by people who are in the minority community. I've seen more and more what is happening is that the black people who did not have income were pushed to the outside. My children and my grandchildren, as desegregation came to the schools, were pushed out to go to schools which had been predominantly white, and so they had to face the difficulties of a black child in a predominantly black school, and that gave them some real social problems, and gave to them therefore some psychological difficulties.
Being black children in white schools.
Black children in white schools. Most people will know my children, but not very many white people knew what kinds of lives they had lived, and we had to be responsible for making sure that they learned black history, and that they learned something about the major contributions that were being made by black people, even going to the White House. So I think that it is important that despite the problems that have been pushed off on us by desegregation, that we could begin to make it very obvious that we have some important contributions to make, contributions like those being made by the messiahs. So it is vital that in this time we do some things by making sure that black children learn who they are and can have some sense of self-worth. That's difficult to come by when black children are being pushed off into mostly white cultures, and it is extremely important as black young people try to learn a sense of self-worth.